Hi guys, and welcome to a review of Final Girls by Riley Sager. So this one, I got the synopsis. There's another book with Final Girls by Grady Hendrix, and I think I, for whatever reason, took the synopsis that I've heard from that and applied it to this, probably because it's both the Final Girls. So this one is a little different. So this one we're following kind of like two timelines. So you have the main character, Quincy. She has basically at one point gone out with some friends, and then this mass murderer came, killed everyone, but she was the only survivor. And so now we're following her in kind of like a present day, what her life is like, how she tries to cope with things and just move forward. She doesn't want to be known as a final girl. She just wants to be known as Quincy, and things like that, which is completely understandable. So this person shows up who claims to be another final girl who also dealt with the mass murderer and was the only survivor. But it's interesting, and I'm trying not to spoil anything, but things are suspicious with this girl that shows up, and that's all I'm going to say. And you do find that out basically right away. This other girl is extremely abrasive, and Quincy just kind of goes along with things, kind of like a doormat and a people pleaser. And then as you know, as the character develops, they get more of a backbone and start to stand up and question things, and that's the formula that follows in this book. I gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it. I enjoy Riley Sager's writing, and I will read more by Riley Sager. And this Riley Sager is definitely one of the authors I'll probably more than likely buy pretty much anything that is published and want to own a physical copy. Even though this is 3 stars, I still enjoyed it. I think I was just a little let down because I got it confused with the synopsis for the one by Grady Hendrix. This one is very different. You're just following Quincy's life, and she knows of this one other final girl, and you do learn in the very beginning that this other girl is dead, and trigger warning for suicide. And obviously where this is about final girls, obviously you have murder as a big trigger as well. So yeah, I'm trying to think, what else can I say about this without really spoiling anything? That's the problem with doing reviews for thrillers, is that there's enough twists and little hints that get dropped. You don't want to spoil them. So obviously Quincy is shocked by the death of this other girl. The other timeline, I will say this, that you are following is you're basically starting back before the murders happened, while Quincy has gone to this location with her friends to have a party, and it's leading up to the murder, during the murder spree, and then obviously we have the after that we're following currently right now. It was interesting. I will say there were enough things that I suspected one person who would have been involved. Like, I thought there was this build up and it wasn't quite true, but it was actually to try to get you look one way, but then it's like, I was thinking, oh, I think this person's actually responsible, or this person, one of these two. I was wrong, but I was right to question it, and that's kind of the point of a thriller, I think. But my thoughts on the actual thing was wrong, if that makes sense, which I generally don't solve these anyway. It's very rare that I actually figure out what the author is going to wrap up with, which I didn't in this particular case. I did have one suspicion that did turn out to be right, but it wasn't the final suspicion. So I don't know, I liked it. 3 stars. I will continue to get more of Riley Sager's works and read it, and I liked it. But yeah, so major trigger warning again, like I said, for suicide. You do read about it, and it does go into depth a little bit, and it's not like an overdose or anything like that. It's actually like kind of cutting the wrists and bleeding out. So I am going to say that, so it's not a huge shock. So there is talk about that, talk about murder and things like that. So that's pretty much all I can say without really spoiling it. I do recommend it. Just definitely be aware about the talk of the suicide, because that is a major topic and a thread throughout this, as obviously as well as the murder. So that will be it for this particular video. Let me know if you've read this and what your thoughts are on this. And if you've read this as well as the one that's by Grady Hendrix, let me know which one you preferred. I think with the synopsis, I will probably prefer the one by Grady Hendrix, but it depends on the writing. I haven't read anything fully by Grady Hendrix yet, so we'll see if I like the writing or not. But I did like this. I will reread it at some point. And again, I do like Riley Sager's writing, so I will continue to pick up more of Riley's work. So that will be it for this particular video. Again, let me know if you've read this, but until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.